Hey guys, it's Rosie here, and today I wanted to jump on and talk to you a little bit about my learnings in the last few years of running my business and growing my businesses, and really what it takes to succeed. Because it's often not what you think. So a lot of people, they think, okay, if I just get the right marketing strategy, if I just get the right funnel, like maybe if I sell my thing through a webinar, or I do this or I use that strategy, they're looking at the tactics and the strategies, and it's actually not what it's about. Your strategy may or may not work for you, and most of the strategies that are sold out there in the marketplace, they all work when you work them, right? But it's not like one is going to be this magic pill that makes everything okay and makes everything better. What I found is that actually it's much more of an inner game about whether things work or not. It's whether you are willing to actually work the system, whatever system you buy into, whether that's if you're selling an info product, whether that's webinars, whether that's doing cold calling, even would be a super simple system, right? Like whatever system you are using, it will work if you work it, but you are the key. You are the one who needs to be actually doing the work, doing the effort. And so the two things which have really stuck out to me about what makes somebody successful, and I'm talking about people who are coaches doing live, one-to-one sessions, people running info products, network marketing, all the different industries. My husband is in ecom, all the different industries that I have come across and had experience of. It comes down to two things. The first thing is that you have to be consistent. So whatever your strategy is, you have to get up and do that day out, day in and day out, day by day. You have to be consistent. And it can be super, super simple. The strategy itself doesn't have to be complex, but you have to work that strategy day in and day out. And the second piece is that you need to be persistent. So you need to be consistent, but you also need to be persistent. And because you need to be persistent, the reason for that is that often we are lacking confidence in ourselves. And so we try one thing. We try the webinar, whatever process we bought into, right? Whatever course we bought to make us a millionaire by webinars, or a millionaire by funnels, or a millionaire by launches, whatever that course was, that magic pill that we bought, we buy it and then something goes wrong, and we do one of two things. We either blame the system, or we say, this is never going to work for me, I give up. And then you normally go off and look for the next system. And I know that if you have been an entrepreneur in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm talking about right now. You know how this is. And what we need to do is we need to develop some grit, develop some persistence, expect things to go wrong, not manifest them, not obsess about them, but just understand that it's a natural part of business that things don't always go exactly as you think, right? Like you can put an ad out there and it doesn't quite catch. You can have a webinar where people are dropping off halfway through. So you put your best effort out there, or not even your best effort, because that kind of invites the perfectionists to just never do anything. But you put out a reasonable effort of what you think is like 80% there, and then you test. And we have done this so many times, with funnels and things. You put something out there and you see that everyone's dropping off in minute 3, and you change the webinar, you re-record it, you put it back out there again, and then people stay till 90% and things work better, Or you think that the ad that you thought was going to work doesn't work, and so you change the picture, you change the copy, and then magically it works. There's so many just little tweaks, and nobody can give you the perfect answer that's definitely going to work for you 100% of the time from the very beginning. And instead, what you've got to do is develop this persistence to just accept what's not working and just tweak it and move on. This works so well as well in any kind of sales realm. If you start getting some no's, if you're on the phone with people or you're talking to people, you're getting some no's, or you're not getting responses back to the emails that you're sending out, whatever shape that no is taking, you need to push through those no's. You need to push through. You need to be persistent and keep going until it starts to work for you. So the first thing is to find a system that has worked for some people. So for example, if you've seen great testimonials, or somebody who has done really well with a certain system, by all means buy into it and start working on it. But you have to understand that it's probably not going to work for you amazingly first time. You're not just going to become a millionaire overnight. You've got to be persistent. And what I love about the current business model that I'm in is the simplicity. Because why, you're going to have to be consistent anyway, you're going to have to be persistent anyway. Why take longer to figure out more steps when there are businesses which are pretty much ready-made and done for you, right? So what I'm talking about is, when you want to start a business, there's three things that you've got to figure out. You've got to figure out what is your product, and your product has to solve a problem for the marketplace. So it has to be something that people genuinely want and genuinely need. And that requires market research, that requires talking to your ideal client, that requires really figuring out what that product is going to look like and what they really need and the price point, and all the pieces of product development have to come into play here. And then the second piece is, well, who is the market? So you've got the product, who is the market? And maybe you actually, probably pick the market first, right, before you build a product. But who is the market? Who is going to be buying this thing? What do they need? What do they want? And you do tons of market research to really understand them on a deep level. I'm talking like doing 100 phone calls with 100 different people who are in your ideal client network. I'm talking about doing surveys to hundreds of people. I'm talking about really deep diving into what do they need. And then the third piece is, you've got to figure out, well, how do I express the value of this product in the right words, in the right way, using the right channels, using the right strategies, so that this market knows about it and is actually convinced of the value. They actually know what the value is. And so then you've got to go and figure out what marketing strategy you're going to use, obviously go through all the iterations I was speaking about before to really figure out what is going to work, what is the message. And it can literally be like the words, the adjectives that you're using, slightly tweak them, and then suddenly things can start moving. Like the depth of detail is so high in figuring out really what is going to work and what is going to not work. And so when I've been a business coach for quite a few years now, and so what I used to teach people was how to do that whole process. How to start from nothing, find your ideal clients, build your product, create your marketing. And I'll be honest with you, it took a minimum of about 9 months for people to really get into their groove. Quite often it took kind of 18 months for people to really figure out what it was, and they took a lot of iterations and a lot of time to really kind of grasp what that was. And so why go through that whole process? Why go and recreate the wheel, create something from scratch, when there's a completely other business model which is so much simpler and so much more, down the line than that, and you can just hop in. And what I'm talking about is network marketing. And I know everyone throws their hands up in the air and they freak out when people say network marketing. But if you think about it, network marketing, they're big companies. They've already researched the product. They've already developed the product. The product is already selling. The product obviously works. They figured out who their market is. They figured out who they really want to target. They understand what that is. And essentially what network marketing companies do is that they, rather than, creating a whole Facebook ad campaign or, being on billboards or any of that, what they do is they don't have any marketing costs, and instead they pay local agents essentially commissions, like traveling salespeople. Think about it that way. They pay people high commissions on the products to enable the word to get out organically. So you just start sharing essentially with your local community, with whoever makes sense in your community, and that's how it's always worked. It's always just been spread locally. Now, obviously, with the internet, you can jump on a live like I'm doing now and start chatting and reach people probably in 100 different countries, right? And so the beauty of this is that, number one, the product is already made. Number two, the market is already set up. But number three, and this is where it gets really interesting, because network marketing companies work in a team structure. So essentially, let's say you wanted to join, my network marketing company underneath me, I would then give you all the work that I've already done. And I've already received all the work that other people have already done, right? Because it's a duplicated effort, because you're what we call upline, like the person, the team leader of your team, will be getting paid a commission on whatever you are earning as well by the company. So it's in their interest to give you everything that they have and to really help you be as successful as you can be. And what is amazing about this then is that the product is made, the market is made, and the message is there as well. All you've got to do is take, literally, I'm talking like scripts, I'm talking as precise, as obvious as it can be, and go and spread them around. And where I've shifted things around within my company is that I've taken what my own team leaders have given me, and it's literally scripts. It's, there's so much support and so much help there. But I've taken that online as well, and so with my background in online marketing, I've then developed funnels. So I've done all of this effort, all of this, this tweaking and testing, and all the different things that I was talking about before to figure out an automated online strategy. And the platform that I use, ClickFunnels, I can literally just give you a link, you click the link, and the whole funnel just opens in your ClickFunnels account. Like, it's so simple. And so what I've done with that is, the company's already given us the product, the company's already given us the ready-made market, and I'm creating the ready-made message. So all you've got to do is go and start spreading that around and jumping on, a video like this, or talking to people in your local community. So the company that I work with is one called doTERRA, and it's a wellness company, and they work within the natural healthcare space. And so what I recommend people do is to go and talk to, for example, like yoga practitioners, Pilates studios, gyms, health food stores, anywhere that's got a kind of a health slant in your local town, the next town to you, even jumping online talking about these things. And so we're not talking about going and like harassing old Aunt Marge to actually buy from you, or your best friend from primary school. We're not talking about that. We're talking about getting out into the community, finding local partners who make sense for who've already got this ready-made audience who would be interested, because they're obviously interested in health if they're going to a yoga studio, right? And going in and just starting the conversation there. If you want to do it online, like I said, there's all these ready-made marketing pieces. And so what's amazing about this is that you're skipping all of that process of business development and just jumping in, and you've got 95% of it ready made. So if this interests you, then please reach out to me. Please have I'm more than happy to have a chat with you, or PM me or something. And what I'm doing as of next month, as of September, I'm launching a business coaching program purely for the members of my doTERRA team. And so when you join the team, you get either a $3,000 or $7,000 scholarship. So you can either come in as a regular member of the group, or if you even want to take it further, you can do private coaching with me too, and obviously we can go deeper into your own personal strategy, your own mindset, everything else with that. And that is for free when you join up with the requisite enrollment kit. So if you would like to check that out, click the link. I'll put the link in below this video, and you can check that out. You can have a look at it, decide if it's right for you. If you want to have a chat with me, as I said, you are more than welcome to just PM me, or comment below here. We can start a conversation however it makes sense for you. Happy to jump on the phone as well. And yeah, I'd love to invite you to find out more. So I will head off now, but as I said, just feel free to PM me, click the link below which has all the details of that scholarship, and I'll catch you really, really soon. Bye for now.